Good morning, everyone, from Memorial Field in Needham, as we welcome you to the 129th installment of the oldest high school football rivalry in the country, the Wellesley Raiders and the hosts, Needham Rockets. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I'm Robbie Johnson, along with Mike Franny and Peter Santo here on both Wellesley Media and the Needham channel. Mike, this Needham team coming in 5-5 on the year, made the playoffs, lost to Catholic Memorial. Bit of an up and down year, but for these seniors, they're just going to be really excited. This is their last game playing here in Memorial Field this morning, I should say.
Absolutely, Robbie. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to Peter. It's a pleasure to be here in the booth. I'll tell you what, you're right. This has been an up and down year for Needham. They played in that big conference. They ended up finishing 5th. They were lucky, quote unquote, to get Catholic Memorial. Go over there and, Catholic Memorial pretty much, they took it to us. And that's where you realize that you can be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond. And for the year, you're right, Needham has been in every game. They've been pretty competitive, save maybe the Walpole game when Walpole just kind of took it to us. But for the most part, this has been a great year for the Rocket boys.
And Peter, meanwhile, Wellesley coming at 9-1, best season they've had at least a decade, as we were talking about off air, and they've been doing it on both sides of the ball this season. Talk to us a little bit about this Wellesley team.
It's been a great year for Wellesley. They came within 9 points in the Super Bowl, losing to Bridgewater Raynham in that playoff game. They really have been excellent on defense, giving up just 9 points a game. It all starts with the defense. They've been excellent, carrying it over from last year. And on offense, the triple option is hard to stop.
This is a big day for these seniors in both uniforms, as is their last high school football game. And Peter, I want to start with you. Just sort of talk about, for these Wellesley seniors, they have never beaten Needham in their time wearing a varsity uniform. So not only do they have a chance to end their career on a high note, but also snap a little bit of a losing streak to these Rockets as well.
As you've said, they've never beaten Needham, but they also have never been this successful in a Wellesley uniform. They are coming in with the best record, as we've said, that they've had in over a decade. They have been excellent all season long, and they're going to look to snap that losing streak today and get a W.
Certainly, and Mike, for these Needham seniors, definitely want to get a win at home, because if they get a win at home, not only do they have a winning record on the season, but also, as we were talking about off air, a chance to tie the overall series with the win here today against Wellesley.
Absolutely, Robbie. That has been the buzz, whether it be in the coffee shop before this morning, talking to fans in the stands. Everybody knows it's 60-59 in favor of Wellesley. So, not only is this a big day for the seniors, because, as we talked about, this is the game that they mark on the calendar. Everybody in Needham wants to beat Wellesley, just like I'm sure Wellesley has the same sentiment. But this one has a lot of kind of special meaning because we can even it up.
It appears that Wellesley did win the coin toss, so we will see. It looks like they, though, must have deferred, because it looks like Needham is going to receive first here. Again, this is the 129th installment of this great game. Needham, as I said, has won the last 2 years in a row, including winning 12-7 last year. A game played at Fenway Park. I don't think we can top last year. I don't think we can top last year in terms of venue, but we're certainly going to try here over the next couple hours, folks.
That was a heck of a game too. I mean, what an experience, both for an old alum like me and just Joe fan to watch a high school football game at Fenway. I've never seen it. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was tremendous, and like I said, Needham, with a chance, if they win here today, folks, again, it's worth repeating, Needham, if they win today, would tie up the overall series at 60 games apiece. So a lot on the line here as we are ready to go from Memorial Field. Wellesley will kick off.
Yeah, Wellesley won the coin toss, Robbie. I got Mike Riley in the brain, sorry. Standard play. So off we go.
And here we go. We have a little pitch out there. Is returning it for the Rockets. Look at John Andre. He's down the sideline and knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. What a return for John Andre. It looked like was a little bit of a catch and pitch there. And Andre had some wide open room there on that near sideline. So Needham's going to take over a great field position here, Mike. Why don't you set the Needham offense for us a little bit?
Sure. So just a quick note on that play. That was a beaut where Connor Hickey grabbed it, pitched it over to Andre. We're going to see a lot of Charlie Sumner and Jared Sklar in the backfield. We're definitely going to see Andre and Brendan in the wideouts. This is where I always struggle. Are they going to throw it often? Are they going to run? Typically, Needham loves to ground and pound. So
Andre, the man in motion, they give it to Sklar up the middle, and he is met by a sea of Wellesley defender right about back at the line of scrimmage. And Peter, we talked about that Wellesley defense, that run defense especially, so impressive, and you saw it right there on that first play.
Yeah, Greg Garcia is making that first tackle on the opening play. I mentioned him in the opening. He is the leader of this Wellesley defense, and he will look to lead the charge today.
So 2nd down and 8 they called. They did give Sklar a pickup of 2. Again, an eye backfield, 2 receivers split out to the near side. Sumner back to throw. It's a screen pass to Andre, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. A nice play right there. That was Brendan Dolan on the tackle for a loss on the play. And really, they tried the screen, but Dolan read that perfectly, and it gets him for the loss on the play.
Brendan Dolan's been doing that all year for Wellesley. He contributes on offense. He contributes on defense. He's another one of the Raiders' senior leaders.
Boy, he's had a heck of a career offensively as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 11. The loss of 3 on that last play.
This is your familiar backfield. This is the eye with Bruno at fullback and Sklar in the tail. And boy, Bruno sets a beautiful hole typically.
Sumner back to throw. He's taking pressure. He's going to be sacked.
Big hit.
Sacked on the play. Grant Kazikas again. Peter was just talking about it. Got in there and got Sumner there by the shoestrings. Brings it down. Needham will be forced to punt on their opening drive of the game.
Boy, oh boy, Robbie. That Wellesley defense is firing right now. Look at them. They're jumping for joy over there. This team is fired up.
Certainly are. So it was a loss of 9 back to about the 35-yard line. So Needham, Charlie Ogletree will be in to do the punting. Back deep to receive for the Raiders is Brendan Dolan.
Wellesley gave up the big kickoff return, kind of gave him a little shot in the arm, and now
a short kick as Dolan comes up and is able to fair catch it. Again, this time will be Wellesley get a good field position here as Dolan fair catches it at about his own 45-yard line. And Peter, we talked about how potent this Wellesley offense is coming in. Why don't you sort of set the Wellesley offense for us?
They're going to run a triple option attack. It's going to be Jack Tishman at quarterback with Grant Garcias in the backfield and Brendan Dolan at wide receiver. Those are the 3 that you're going to look for on offense a lot today.
And Mike, this Needham defense, sir, just talk about this Needham defense a little bit. I know that they are a little bit high in the points per game category, give about 18 points per game, I believe it is. But just sort of set the Needham defense here for us.
Certainly. First and foremost, the line. D.C. Cox out there, number 50, one of the captains. He's just a force to be reckoned with outside. And keep an eye out for number 40, Big Kevin Bruce. He is just a train out there. He gets going north to south, and bodies fly.
Certainly.
Tremendous to watch.
Certainly, and we saw just there the Needham defensive are doing a good job of stacking up Greg Kazikas on that one. Gain of 1 on the play. So bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Raiders at their own 45-yard line. And Wellesley sort of offensively with that, they could go to the ground or they could go to the air easily. It'll be interesting to see as now they split out 3 wide receivers. Kazikas, the main man in the backfield. They give it off to him. Kazikas breaks for a tackle. He's across the Needham 40-yard line. Ball came free at the end, but they're going to say he was down by contact. And that Wellesley offensive front doing a great job there of opening up a big hole for Grant Kazikas as he carries it for the first down into Rocket territory.
Let me tell you, good thing Colby Sklar came from his outside position inside to make that hit. Otherwise, that kid was gone. Whew.
Definitely an excellent start for the Wellesley offense.
Boy.
1st and 10.
Pete, he's a powerful runner, huh? Holy
For
mackerel.
sure.
So 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. As again, it's a give to Kazikas. He's pounding through that line. Didn't really get a whole lot on that play. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. But again, you're right, Mike and Peter. I mean, Greg Kazikas, just from watching him all season long on the Wellesley broadcast, really able to turn the feet, really able to keep the play going, even though it looks like he's going to be bottled up for no game or a loss. Certainly definitely a force to watch for this Wellesley offense as they give him a pickup of 1 on the play. Tishman out of the gun. Gives it again to Kazikas. He bounces outside. He's got room on that outside and taken down out of bounds.
Let me tell you, he outran a very fast D.C. Cox. This kid can move.
You saw in that first run, he showed the power. That run, more showing the speed, getting to the outside that time and turning the corner.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and 2 here.
Yeah, pickup of 7 on the play for Kazikas. So 3rd down and 2. Ball spot about the Needham 30-yard line. Tishman back to throw on this one, and he completes it along that near sideline. Try to get over. That's Dolan on the reception, so we're going to see here. He is very close to the first down. We'll see where they spot the football.
That's a
They're
favorable.
going to say it's fourth down. So it's going to be about only pick about one on the play. So it'll be fourth down, maybe fourth down inches you want to call it. So we'll see. This could be a big stop here, Mike, for the Needham defense if they could get one here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Cox, Anastasi, all the big guns up front.
Man in motion. They hand it off. No, excuse me.
Rolling
Tishman keeping. Hey, he's got room down that far sideline. He's across the 10 and dives at the goal line. Is he in? No, he is out of bounds at the 1 yard line. But what a play there by Jack Tishman. The nice fake completely got the Needham defense going one way, takes it back the other, and will be first and goal for the Raiders inside the 2 yard line.
I was going to mention to look for Jack Tishman on the ground here, but I was thinking more up the middle on a kind of QB sneak on 4th and short. Not so much there as he rolls out and picks up a big gain.
I don't think the Rockets expected that. I mean, he went outside. He had plenty of real estate. Great call by Coach Davis. Wow.
Well, I must tell you guys, Tishman, Tishman can certainly keep the ball on the ground if need be, and you certainly saw it right there as he gets the ball. They mark him out at the 3 yard line. So first and goal for the Raiders at the 3. Knocking on the doorstep here, trying to get the first score of the game as they give it again to Kazeke as he bounces outside. He's got Ruby dives at the goal line, and they're going to say he's out. They're going to say he's down at about the 1 yard line. The ball came out there at the end. I guess they're going to say he was down by contact with the ball, went out of bounds. Not quite sure, but regardless, it'll be second down coming up for the Raiders.
Connor Hickey went low, and definitely he tried to jump over him, and it looked like he extended, and the ball bounced out, but just shy of the goal line.
But we do have replay abilities here on this broadcast. So as we see here, he reaches. Looked like the forearm may have been down on that. Yeah. Ground cannot cause a fumble in high school football.
That's right.
Or in college or in pro football.
A handoff to Kazeke as
big
pushing ahead. And he's in for a touchdown. Looked like he may have been met at the line, but just able to push hard enough to get over the goal line. And Wellesley, with 6:40 left in the first quarter, strikes first blood at 6-0.
Raiders showing that excellent power offense, handing the ball right up the middle, no fear.
Yep.
Grant Krasika's finishing off was a great drive for him.
Well, hats off to Fazekas. He just kept the Pistons pumping. I mean, he was hit right at the line, but just kept going for that extra yard.
So it'll be Brendan Dolan on to attempt the extra point.
Number 7, Brendan Dolan to attempt the extra
Never a sure thing in high school football, much like the NFL this year. The extra point, not a sure thing.
Geez, this kid Dolan, he does it all.
Yeah, kick is up, and it is good. So, again, 6:40 left in the opening quarter. Wellesley on the board here first, 7-0. And, Mike, we'll see the Needham offense, I should say, held in check that first drive. Now the pressure's on them to sort of come out and try to establish something here, get right back in this football game.
No doubt about it. Wellesley lands first blow. Needham has to come back with something. At least they have to have a good drive into Wellesley territory and, hope for 3. Typically, that's not Needham style. Needham goes, they love, just like Wellesley, they love to go for it on 4th and short. So I think what we're going to see is just Needham just continue to pound. But to your point, this is an absolute big series for Needham right now.
Certainly. So it'll be kicking off for the Raiders. This will be Toby DePeister who will be kicking off it again. John Andre and
Connor Hickey. Yeah.
Connor Hickey back deep.
I did notice the Raiders do have a kicker listed on their roster, but he's not kicking.
The kicker is not available for today's game apparently, but regardless, it'll be DePeister to kick off as he's into a need with a big return the last time out. As again, it's going to be Hickey taking on the near side. He tries to bounce it outside. Wellesley giving pursue, although Hickey is able to gain some traction there and finally brought down and about just across the 20-yard line. So not as good field position this time around for Needham as they start their second drive. As they'll start just outside their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, you talked a little bit earlier at the broadcast, a little bit overcast, but now we're getting a little bit of precipitation. Maybe the ball's wet, maybe his hands are wet. Nevertheless, just a slow start coming right off the ball. And good hit by Andre for a nice block that did give him an extra couple of yards. But you're right, Robbie, we're deep. We got to start moving the ball here.
So first down and 10. Again, Sumner under center, eye backfield, 2 receivers, man comes in motion. They pitch it outside. That's Sklar again. He bounced outside. Just goes nowhere. I mean, that Wellesley defensive front, we keep coming back to it. They just do not allow runners any sort of traction. We saw it right there. Sklar was met for a loss on the play.
Wellesley just swarming to the ball. Josh Cohen on the tackle that time. They just go after the ball no matter what. Every single play, they're running the ball. They're going to be right there.
So loss of 2 on the play, second down at 12, and certainly if you're Needham, you cannot afford to have these losses on first down. You want to get yourself going favorably downfield, especially behind already by 7 points. As a throw out there to the outside, that looked like
that was a good pay right to Brendan Smith. So
Brendan Smith on the reception there.
So Brendan not only is a deep threat, guys, but he also is good with Charlie on those quick out passes, and then yards after catch. He's great. He averages like 5 or 6, something like that. But I think we're going to see more of that because, to your point, Pete, Wellesley's just clogging the middle right now. So let's use the outside.
You mentioned that Smith is a deep threat, but getting it done on the short pass on that play, it looked like the cornerback Isaac Weicker was expecting Smith to go deep that time, and he stayed short, and it beat him.
Sklar breaks off a couple times there. It looks like they had it bottled up, but he is able to push ahead for the first down. Great running there by Jared Sklar because it looks like Wellesley had him dead to rights, Mike, and he was just able to bounce off for the first down yardage there.
Yeah, absolutely, and much like Krasikis, once Sklar gets going, he just pumps his legs. I mean, he's a beast. He's just so strong. He went outside, found that he had nothing to go, and then he went to the middle, and he picked it up.
So first down at 10, the Rockets able to keep the drive alive as they'll be first down 10 for about their own 35-yard line. Sumner, play action here. He's being chased, and he's going to be sacked.
Oh, boy.
Way back at about the 25-yard line. Wellesley not biting at all on that play action pass there, and Sumner really had no chance to set himself a throw. He went down in a hurry there.
Oh, he looked up, and there was just white jerseys all around him. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, Captain Mike Duffy down there, I guarantee you he's going to fire up this team because typically Needham does a great job holding out a rush, but this is a great Wellesley rush.
Absolutely, Peter. I mean, what a play right there. There was a swarm on Sumner on that one.
We saw Josh Cohen getting the tackle for loss earlier in the drive, and that time getting to Sumner for the sack along with Grant Krasikis again, making another play. Just getting it done on both sides of the ball right now, the Wellesley Raiders.
So loss of 9, second down at 19, back to the 25-yard line. Sumner back to throw again. Again takes the pressure. He's looking out. That's Brendan Smith.
Brendan's got it.
And Smith.
Oh, I think he dropped it at the end.
It just came out at the very end. It looked like Smith had a very nice diving catch on that, but it looked like just before he hit the ground, that ball came loose. So tough break because certainly that was going to be enough for first down yardage there as we take a look again at the replay. Smith just got enough sort of separation there on the cover man, but the ball again just come out right at the end there, Mike Franny.
Absolutely, and Pete, we were talking about Brendan Smith a minute ago. The beauty of him too is he's so tall. He can typically go up and over his guy. So that Whitecher, he had him beat, but B, he was just heads over him.
Yeah, like that time getting beat again, looking. He's clearly tasked with covering number 1 receiver for Needham, and he struggled early on.
So third down here, 19. Sumner being chased. He's got Gusse 4. It's picked off.
Goodness.
Picked off Jason Mayota, and he is going to be brought down there inside the Needham 20-yard line. It looked like Sumner was just trying to throw it out of bounds.
Exactly.
But Mayota, as he had Gusse 4 bear down on that one, but Jason Mayota doing a good job stepping in there, getting the interception, and Wellesley with a chance here to go ahead by 2 scores here inside Needham territory.
Well, Charlie had Brendan on his mind that whole play. You saw he was rolling our way. He was definitely looking down Brendan's way, but he just couldn't get it. He was under pressure. Tried to throw it out of bounds, but that's unusual because he just didn't have any mustard behind it.
Yeah, I mean, that was clearly did not have enough as we checking out the replay. That was sort of like a sitting duck there. Mayota just able to come and make the pick. So Wellesley first down and 10, deep in Needham territory here. A chance to really put their stamp on this game here early as Krasikis bounces outside and stays on his feet, gets inside the 10-yard line. Good run there on the play by Kazikas, and even after he got tripped up, able to fall forward for a couple of extra yards on that play.
Big hit. Oh, sorry, Pete, go ahead.
As we said, Grant keeping the legs moving the whole time, getting really an extra 2 or 3 yards that time when they Needham really had him stopped.
Oh, wow, that was only picking up 2 yards on the play. I thought it was a lot more than that, but okay.
Sorry, the point I was going to make is Big Joe Bruno came out of nowhere and just kind of leveled it right around the thighs. It was a good hit by Bruno to save probably about 5 or 10 more yards.
So second down 8, they call it. As Tishman is going to keep it himself.
Oh, he loves
bounces
this play.
outside. He's got room, and he is in for a touchdown.
Holy
Again,
mackerel.
a great fake there by Jack Tishman. Oh, wait, hold on a second. We got a flag on the play, so
Back here, too.
hold the phone here, folks. It looks like it's going to be a hold against Wellesley, so take that touchdown off the board. It's going to come back 10 yards. Tough break there for the Raiders. Tishman with the beautiful play fake there and had a wide open space to get in the end zone there.
Boy, oh boy. They run that play perfectly. I mean, granted, there was a hold. In my opinion, the hold had nothing to do with that play. But, I mean, again, Tishman goes outside, and he's just got plenty of room. The Wellesley offensive line is just taking the Needham line right out of it.
So it'll be second down at 12.
The Raiders using that option attack. We really don't know who's going to run the ball.
No.
Is it going to be Greg Kazikas? Is it going to be Jack Tishman?
Is Tishman going to throw it? You really don't know on any particular play what they're going to do, and that's why they've been so effective. As Tishman now, again, the play action rolling. He's got a receiver out there.
Big play.
Ball hung up there a little bit too long. It looked like Jared Sklar.
Colby Sklar, yeah, the younger brother.
Colby Sklar, excuse me,
Yeah.
coming up there and batted the ball away. Pass was intended for Mayota on the outside.
It was a fine defensive play. Boy, Sklar's got some wheels as well. He just comes out of nowhere, hits it.
Yeah, and it looked like Tishman sort of floated that pass a little bit, hung up in the air just enough for Sklar to get back there and make the play.
And Iona did have him beat. An accurate throw. Probably it's a touchdown that time, but the pass was hung up a little bit too long, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit. You should have put a little bit more on it.
So third down at 12 coming up. So a big chance here for Needham to take advantage of that hold and keep Wellesley to a fourth down opportunity here. As we're actually now going to get a timeout called by Wellesley, a 20-second timeout. So while we have him here, guys, we were mentioning Needham has won the last 2 games in this rivalry. They have a chance to tie the overall series. But more importantly, Mike, get a victory here at home, which obviously, whenever you can win the Thanksgiving game on your home field is a very special accomplishment.
You're darn right, man. And let me tell you, right now, they certainly have their work cut out for them. This is all Wellesley right now.
So again, third down, 12 coming out of the timeout. Tishman back to throw, rolling to his left, sets his feet, and the pass is picked off.
Robbie, I don't know where that was going.
Looked like it was just miscommunication.
Yeah.
Well, Tishman kind of just expected a receiver to be there, and all that was there was a blue jersey.
Mike DeLeva on the interception on that play. So a big turn of events here is instead of Wellesley going up by 2 scores, Needham is going to get the football back here. And let's see if they can capitalize on the momentum, Mike. That's what you need in that situation is a big turnover, a big stop, and they certainly got it right there.
That's it, exactly.
I mean, how big is that holding penalty? Wellesley
yeah.
He gets a touchdown to go up by 2 scores, but it gets called back and then a turnover.
Yeah. Mike DeLeva on the pick. I haven't really called his name much all season.
Yeah, Mike.
Big play.
Mike DeLeva, junior linebacker there, stepping up and making the pick as Needham. It looks like took a timeout, so that's their first. Each team, we always talk about they get a plethora of timeouts each have. So each team has used one so far here, and we did have some precipitation falling earlier. It looks like the sky is clearing a little bit here, Navy, trying to brighten our Thanksgiving morning.
Just so you guys know, we're in God's country. I mean, so, everything's going to be perfect,
Oh, we have a little wildcat here as they run to the outside. And
is that O'Dari?
Tripped up there for the loss there. That was O'Dari Hibberts.
Yep. I didn't want to say anything at the top of the broadcast, boys, but Needham's been practicing this week. I didn't want to tip the cap. I was talking to Brendan Walsh, the PA announcer here, and he told me that they were working on the Wildcat this week, which they haven't done all year. So I like the fact that Thornton is mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, that was very – did you see who took the shotgun snap on that one?
I did not, actually. I was too busy yapping.
It looks like we got another sort of Wildcat here as now running it through the middle. That's
So
John
that's
Andre,
Andre, yeah,
who's
so they're-
taking the steps as he pushes forward for
That
a
should be a
couple
first
of
down.
yeah, that's a first down. So Andre able to move the chains right there. So the Wildcat working here for the Rockets here as they pick up, they move the chains.
That's great. Coach Dip Duffy has been, I'm telling you, he's not afraid to mix things up, and he certainly has a lot of speed in that backfield.
Yeah, the Rockets mixing it up. We saw the jet sweep on first down and then more of a fake and run up the middle on second down. We'll see what they do here.
Andre's going to keep it himself to the outside and going
Oh,
nowhere
swarm.
that time. Greg Kazikas came out to make the tackle along with a slew of Wellesley defenders there. And really, Wellesley read that outside run perfectly on that play.
They're just doing an excellent job setting the edge, and no different that time.
Yeah.
Also 3 in the play, it'll be 2nd and 13.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the drive they need. We're still very deep, don't get me wrong. We're down around the 20-yard line, but, you know, Needham has to get the ball over on the other side of the field and gain the momentum.
So second down, 13, they're going to call it as Andre again out of the Wildcat here. So he's going to keep it himself, and he is going to go absolutely
boy,
nowhere.
oh,
What
boy.
a play there by number 76, Josh Cohen. You can see that developing from a mile away, boys. I mean, Cohen just read that perfectly, and
Oh, yeah.
really nowhere for Andre to go on that one.
Nope, Cohen wasn't fooled in the least. Boy, he came out of that line and just had his eyes focused right on Andre.
Yeah, Cohen having a game so far on the D-line here in
Yeah.
the first quarter. He's got 2 tackles for loss and a sack already.
Oh, fantastic. And they brought in big Kevin Bruce there. I thought we would see something up the middle, but Bruce has come out. 9 seconds left. It looks like Needham's going to let this thing wind down to the end of the
They're
first.
just going to wind down to the end of the first. So Wellesley, with that touchdown by Greg Kazikas there, they're going to take a 7-0 lead into the end of the first quarter. And Mike, Wellesley's Needham's going to come out with facing a 3rd and 20 to start the second quarter. So certainly now, do they keep the Wildcat or do they bring Sumner back in trying to maybe ignite something down the field to Brendan Smith or John Andre?
Yeah, my guess is Sumner is going to be looking for big 85. Smith, you know, I think he's going to air it out here, 3rd and 20.
Now, Mike, Peter brought up a good point. Sort of Needham with 2 very downfield fronts because you got John Andre, who can, obviously catch the deep ball, but also Brendan Smith. So 2 very potent threats there on that outside for the Rockets.
Yeah, and also Evans on the outside. You know, keep an eye out for number 83. I mean, Needham has a great wide-out team, right? They get these guys who can get the ball, A. B, they're tall. C, they can run. You know, the question is, can the Needham line hold off that swarming Wellesley D?
They
are
haven't been
animals.
successful at it so far, Peter. I mean, that Wellesley defense just up to the task, as we've said so far this morning.
They've stopped absolutely everything. They've looked a little vulnerable on the deep ball, but that's really been it so far. They got the interception, a few sacks, and tackles for loss. They've been all over the field in that first quarter.
Certainly. So, again, 3rd down and 20. I got to say, folks, I mean, this is a tremendous crowd on hand here. They're lining the field here at Memorial Field, and I wondered if the weather might dissuade a few folks from coming up. It certainly has not. I mean, why would it? I mean, this is one of these age-old traditions, Mike, that never gets worse with time. As Sumner back to throw, pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted there. It was intended for Andre. But it looks like it was the throw. Might be a little bit behind him on that one, and so Needham will be forced to punt yet again, as Wellesley with the stop there on 3rd down.
I got to tell you, Robbie, I like the call. I mean, Andre coming across the slot, that was the right call. It's just Charlie threw it a little bit behind him.
So you got 4th down and 20 as, like I said, Needham will punt.
Ogletree's going to give it a boot here.
From his own end zone. So Wellesley should get pretty good field position here as Dolan and Isaac Weicker back deep. And Dolan comes up and makes the fair catch. And I said Wellesley's going to get good field position. They certainly are. They're going to get the ball inside the Needham 40-yard line. So if you had to sort of pick the winner of the field possession battle so far, Mike and Peter, it's been Wellesley by far.
Yeah, Pete, I think a lot to do with that is the Wellesley defense. I mean, they're pressuring Ogletree. First of all, the snaps haven't been crisp, A, and B, they're right on him, so he's got to hurry that kick, and he's not getting a lot of foot behind it.
No, didn't get a lot on it, and I tell you, it feels like Wellesley is dominating this game, and they have throughout the first quarter and a little bit here, but still only up by 7
only
points.
7-0.
Yeah.
Needham's still very much in this game.
And as we know, this game could change in a heartbeat here. It could change on a dime as we get a run there to Kazika's first time. I mean, last year it looked like Wellesley was going to open up that game late in the first half, and then Joe Gowetzky with that, interception return for a touchdown that basically ended up sealing the game for the Rockets down the stretch. Well, the play that will probably live on in Needham football infamy for many years to come, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. We still talk about it. I'm sure the venue had something to do with it as well.
But still, I mean, it was a pretty impressive play there by him.
Indeed
As
it was.
we get a pitch outside here, Kazika said, able to bounce off a couple tackles.
DC Cox right on him, but boy, this kid Krasikis is amazing.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to be met for a loss on that play, but able to break free and pick up maybe a yard or two on the play, at least get back to the original line. They're going to give him a pickup of 2 here, so good job by him and making something out of nothing.
Yeah, they had him in the backfield, and, that's something Krasikis has done all year, is make something out of nothing. Every play that has a chance to go backwards, he turns it into something positive, and that is a huge help for the Wellesley offense.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. As Tishman back to throw.
Got his man.
Gets it complete to Dolan. Now the ball came out, but they're going to say he was down by contact. The Needham coaches
they
all
want
on the field on this play. They thought it might have been at least an incomplete pass, but we're going to have to check a replay. But they're going to say it's complete and a first down for the Raiders. We might have to bring the referees up here and get a little look at the instant replay.
I would say
that ball's out.
Yeah,
that ball was out before he hit the ground. So a big break there for the Raiders.
Tough call. Big hit by the Rockets.
Was it clear that Needham recovered that?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the worst case, it probably should have been a completion. So.
Yeah, wait a minute now.
And believe me, I like calls to go for Wellesley, but that was still a.
Coach Duffy's going bananas on the sideline.
Yeah, he is not a happy camper.
Let's see what's going on down there. But clearly they missed that call.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Stopping it. We don't have instant replay, but they're still stopping it here.
Well, they can't change. There's no instant replay in high school football, so the call is going to say, I think Coach Duffy just getting an explanation by the officials on that one. I don't think he's going to be happy regardless, because when he goes back and looks at this tape tonight, he's going to see they missed the call. It's a big call because now Wellesley moves the chains and gets a first down at the Needham 25-yard line. So a big turn of events there, Mike. That's a big break for Wellesley, as I said.
Yeah, Hickey with a powering hit. That was just the hit of the game, in my opinion. But all for naught. The Stripes thought differently. That's all I'm going to say, because this is a family broadcast.
Tishman back to throw. He completes it to number 24. That's Scott Westerman.
Yep. Hit by Cam Cox.
Gets inside the 20, so big about 7 yards on the play. So Wellesley into the red zone here for the 3rd time today. They only have 7 points to show for it so far, looking to try to add to that score.
Wellesley getting it done through the air on this drive.
Yeah.
We saw, a little more, Jack Tishman breaking the pocket, not afraid to roll out, and, showing off that dual threat, the arm and the legs that he's got.
So 2nd down and 2, they spotted. And a pitch outside here to Kazikis. He bounces inside. He breaks off a tackle inside the 10, outside the 5, and he's in for a touchdown.
Slippery run, Pete.
Greg Kazikis slipping off 3 different Needham tacklers on that one and able to get it in. And the Wellesley Raiders now with a 13-0 lead over the Rockets.
You just can't bring Grant down with just one guy. We saw it on that play. 3 guys had a shot at him, and none of them could bring him down. You have to get bodies to the ball and tackle him with more than one guy, and Needham didn't do that, and they paid for it on that play.
So Dolan on again to attempt the extra point.
Oh, my goodness. I am speechless, boys.
Extra point is up.
They
and it is no good.
Wide left.
Wide left. We talked about how not so sure the extra points have been this season in the pro game, but not so sure right there in the high school game. But, I got to tell you, Mike, obviously, I'm obviously happy Wellesley got a call there, but certainly Needham has a legit beef for that touchdown because that was a tough break for them on that what should have been either incompletion or fumble right there.
I mean, I hate to say it, but that was a call Needham needed due to the momentum, due to what's going on. Wellesley is just totally dominating this game on both sides of the ball, and Needham's got to make one of those tackles, Pete. There's no doubt about it. One of those guys had to make that tackle.
Certainly. And, if you're Needham here, you have to sort of shake it off. You can't dwell on it. It's only a 14-0 game, still plenty of football left to be played here. Can't really get too down on yourselves right now. Got to have like we said the last drive, got to have a big drive here. Try to just get something going against this Wellesley defense, which has been stifling thus far in the first quarter and a half.
I mean, the way Needham has failed to move the ball, how can you be confident in their offense coming down 13 points here?
Right.
Well, Wellesley's going to come out here and just try and get the ball back as soon as they can here and extend this lead.
Short kick here, picked up. And bouncing outside, it's Hickey. He's got some room down that sideline, still on his feet.
Okay,
gets out close to midfield, so that
could be the break.
Could be the spark that Needham needed as they get a very good kickoff return there out to midfield, and they're going to start a very good field position here. But we did see them start, with good field position the first drive after that Andre returned, and nothing came of it. So we'll see what the Rockets are able to do this time around.
Yeah, it's the second big kick return of the game.
Yeah.
Needham unable to convert on the first one. We'll see how they do here, but that's definitely a good start to the drive, something the Rockets really needed here, down by 2 possessions here.
Okay, so we got O'Dari in the slot, Smith.
Sumner out of the gun this time, back to throw, and a screen pass, and incomplete. Needham bench wanting a pass interference. They may have had a case on that one. It looked like number 3, or Hibberts on that play, was getting a little bit held up there, but they tried the screen as well as they brought the everything but the kitchen sink on that one, but it falls incomplete.
No, we're not going to see the replay, but to me, I thought it was a good defensive play. I think he was right there.
And boy, I'll tell you, these officials have been getting an earful from this Needham coaching staff here so far this afternoon. The referee going again to go to talk to Coach Duffy and his staff.
Coach Duffy, one of the gentlemen of high school football. There's no doubt about it. So when he gets something in his craw, 9 out of 10 times, he's
right.
legit.
Yeah, and I must say, guys, that's one thing about this. Two very well coached teams. Yeah. Coach Davis for Wellesley doing a great job, but also Coach Duffy. I mean, a long-time Needham coach, Needham player, just doing it. Again, both coaches alums of their schools, which is a really cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Thing I think we should touch on is like the alums come back and coach the teams.
Yeah.
They stick around the programs, which is really great to see.
Both coaches are alums. Coach Davis served in the military as well, and now is back here coaching, and he also teaches at Wellesley High School, so very involved.
Great story.
So 3rd down and 1, they're going to call it here. So let's see what Needham is capable of here. They go to the ground. They do. They head to Sklar.
Sklar's got some
breaks
room.
the tackle and is taken down on the play there. That was Bobby Liner, I should say, on the tackle, and Needham able to pick up the first down. So that is something Needham needed right there by killing them for 3 and out there. They needed a first down. Maybe try to generate some momentum here.
Well, I said it earlier, we're now in Wellesley territory. We got a little bit of momentum behind us. Somewhere around the 35-yard line, it looks like. Sklar's finding a hole. Maybe Needham, they just needed for the coffee to kick in to get them going, the offensive line. So, Charlie with a quick look.
Sumner, you're with the handoff there to
that's Sklar.
That's Sklar again. Minimal gain on that play as he gets knocked out of bounds.
I said at the top of the broadcast, fellas, Sklar is best north to south, but he's got so much ability to stop and cut because he's so athletic, and he can go outside and pick up the extra 3 or 4 yards.
And you saw that time the difference between what Wellesley's doing on defense. Wellesley had 2 or 3 guys we see on the replay here around Sklar making the tackle, and Needham more tackling Krzyzewski, just going one guy going for arm tackles, and that's the difference here.
Yep.
Certainly. I mean, as Wellesley's going to take a full timeout on this play, try to see what they could do to stop this Needham offense here. Again, Wellesley leading 13-0. And just a good start for the Raiders, and the Rockets again trying to generate something offensively. We keep saying it, Mike.
I was going to ask you, speaking of timeouts, we haven't had a timeout. So is the Wellesley media as tough on the talent as the Needham media? Sometimes I go home, I can't speak for 3 weeks because they don't give us a break.
I mean, Needham's had.
And I'm saying
Needham's
this
had
loud
2
enough, we got Mark right in
timeouts,
front of us.
Wellesley's had 1.
Right? I mean, give us a timeout for crying out loud. I'm ready to faint. I'm the old guy. You guys are young bucks.
We need a little ESPN action, a little TV timeout on the field. We need the guy in red down at the sideline to bring us back in.
It's not quite CBS.
That's right.
So 2nd down and 6 coming out of the timeouts.
Here comes Andre.
And a handoff, that time just Sklar up the middle.
Yeah, I like that call. That's where Sklar makes his living, right in the middle, just thumping through guys.
So it'll be 3rd down coming up here. 3rd down at about 1, they're going to call it. So another big 3rd down opportunity here for both teams. If you're Needham, you're trying to move those chains again, get deeper into Wellesley territory. If you're Wellesley, you're trying to force the 4th down opportunities. We're going to get another timeout,
Needham
this time
timeout,
called
yeah.
by Needham. Hey, like we said, they get 5 timeouts per half, and
they use them.
they use them. You can't take them with you, so
That's
might
right.
as well.
No, they've now used 3. So
It's like when my daughters played basketball. They got 5 fouls. They used every one of them.
they took
Nelly.
one during the fumble issue.
So, gentlemen, I want to mention here, you now have D.C. Cox and Kevin Bruce, 2 of the big bruising captains coming in on offense. These are typically defensive players. So now watch this thundering herd right in front. Look at Bruce. Look at that backfield. Sklar, Bruce, and Cox.
Doing sort of a full house set.
Yeah, full house. They hand
Here
it
comes
to
DC.
Cox, and
Oh,
he's going to be wrapped up. I think he got ahead just enough for the first down. Yes, he did. Wellesley doing a good job there of limiting why Cox could get on that one, but still good enough for a first down. So Needham again moving the chains here. They're slowly but surely, Mike, moving deep into Wellesley territory here about the Wellesley 30-yard line.
I love that call. First of all, I love D.C. Cox, and I love Bruce back there because these are just low-to-the-ground, power, old-style, football players. They love to get right in your grill and hit you.
And we've seen the Raiders do an excellent job of setting the edge on those outside runs, looking a little vulnerable in the middle. We'll see if the Rockets keep it up the middle here.
1st down and 10. Sumner with the play action. He's rolling right. Tries to get rid of it, and
Hopefully that's out of bounds.
they're going to say incomplete, out of bounds. Another one where Sumner looked like he was trying to get it out of bounds, but kind of threw it out, let it hang a little bit too much, and almost an interception there for Isaac Weicker coming across from from his safety position there to nearly pick that one off.
Boy, Weikert's all around the ball, huh?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
And he's tasked with covering the #1 receiver. He's all over the field on pass defense. And I tell you, Sumner's got to start just throwing these balls into the stands.
Put a little bit more
I'm
buster
having a
on
heart
the
attack.
balls out of bounds. Yeah.
That's right.
Just throw it into the 3rd row.
Throw it into the press tent over there,
That's right.
Handoff to Sklar as he gets bottled up for a very minimal gain on that one. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Rockets. As again, Wellesley just crowding that middle on the defensive end and really not allowing much running opportunity for at least the middle run for the Rockets.
I'd like to make an announcement for the Powder Puff.
I mean, that's the right situation. Needham has to go to the middle. They have to go outside. I mean, right now the running game is what's carrying Needham, especially for these gain of 2, gain of 3. I mean, what is it? 3rd and 7. You're on. Help me out here, gents. But it looks like you're on the 20.
Your guess is as good as mine, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on the scoreboard.
Yes.
So.
Oh, Sumner back to throw. He's going deep.
A lot
He's
of
got
contact.
Andre out
A
there.
lot of contact. And
And it is
A Needham.
touchdown, Needham.
Brendan Smith again. There's
Brendan Smith
That's
on
him
the
using his height.
reception.
But
There was a lot of contact right there. And Smith able to go up against the defender and come down with the reception. Hold on, going to the ground. So Needham, with 5:07 to go in the first half, is on the board here. It's now 13-6.
Oh, boy.
As Weicker went right up with Smith, but Smith, using that height like you just said, Mike, and able to come down with the touchdown.
Let me tell you, that was backyard football. I mean, Weichert was all over for crying out loud, and he still came up with the ball.
A lot of contact. That's kind of the only way to cover Smith on that play. He's so much bigger.
Absolutely.
So extra point attempt here for the Rockets. The kick is up, and it is good. So Needham on the board here. 5:07 to go in the opening half. It is now Wellesley 13, Needham 7. That could be a big boost for Needham, Mike, as finally they're able to get a sustained drive, get some momentum, and get a score eventually.
Right. Listen, producer Mark Mandel and I are wiping our brows with sweat because let me tell you something. A, that was not only was that needed, it was necessary, and secondly, Needham showed their character. They just kept going. They just kept pumping along. They're not out of this game. Now you're a one-score game, and that extra point miss could loom large.
Certainly could, Mike. You're absolutely right. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this game, but that's the thing about this game. This game is never over, guys.
Right.
I mean, no matter. I remember a few years ago, Mike. Game United Wellesley was up 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Needham came back and won it overtime.
That's
so this game is never out of. Neither team is ever out of this game, no matter what the records are. That's why we always say, guys, you throw the records out for this game. It doesn't matter that Wellesley's 9-1, Needham's 5-5.
Yep.
I mean, these teams get up for this game. This is the only game they're focused on right now. They have been for about a week and a half, obviously with the with being out of the playoffs.
Robbie, you and I had the pleasure of calling that game. Mark Riley in that back end zone.
Yeah.
That was one of the best high school football games in years.
It was a tremendous game. You're absolutely right. As we have a kickoff here, it'll be taken in by for the Raiders as
Donald Anastasi on the hit.
Davis Atala on the return that time. Get into the mix. So Wellesley, now a little bit of pressure on them perhaps. Needham goes down and score. If you're Wellesley, you could really use a nice drive here, go down, score, make this a two-possession game,
Yeah,
Peter.
got to come out with a little bit of sense of urgency on offense, be very disciplined. Can't take a holding penalty like they took a couple drives ago, cost them a touchdown. You got to be disciplined on offense. We'll see. Look for them to keep it on the ground here.
Certainly.
Yep. Well, this is it. DC, Bruce, Baker Durante, Anastasi. This is where the big boys have to earn their pay today.
So first down and 10 for the Raiders as Tishman is going to keep it himself. Again, running that option and able to pick up a couple yards on the play, get out of bounds. But again, Tishman running that, really likes to run that play action rollout there. And we've seen it work a couple times. And only a minimal gain on that play, but still something for the Needham defense just to continually be aware of, that Tishman could keep the ball at any time.
Tishman got around Joe Bruno. It's a good thing Mike DeLeva came where he came from because he just pushed him right out. But that could have broke for another first down.
Yeah, they've run it a couple times. That's the first time Needham's really stopped it that time. So
yeah,
it's good to see that they're sort of ready for it.
So second down and 8 as they give him a pickup of 2 yards on the play.
High snap.
Tishman with a little play. Actually, he's rolling, and he completes it to Dolan on that far sideline. Run out of bounds, right about midfield. Boy, Brendan Dolan pretty much uncovered on that play. And Tishman just able to lob it over the defense right into Dolan's arms, and that hookup's been working well all season long, and again there as well as he picks up the first down.
Dolan is Tishman's favorite target, following in the footsteps of his older brother Jack
Dolan,
former Wellesley wide receiver who now plays at Tufts. Kind of runs in the Dolan family, playing wide receiver at Wellesley. So
that's right.
Certainly, I mean, that's one of the other great things about this rivalry, guys, is you have a lot of players who they've had siblings who have played in previous years. It's just sort of a family affair for this rivalry. And you look at Needham, they have the Sklar, the Sklar brothers. I read an article about the Sklar brothers the other day from the Metro West Daily News. So I mean, it's always a family affair when you talk about this rivalry. You've had parents, grandparents, siblings that have played. I mean, it's just a great family tradition here.
Indeed, it is. I mean, that's the beauty of high school football. The brothers, unfortunately, some of the younger brothers are compared to the older brothers, which might be a little unfair. Who knows? Hey, some quick stats on that Needham drive. Sklar ran for 11 yards. Brendan Smith had the catch for 23 yards. And D.C. Cox with a 3-yard run as well.
Kazikias again there, rumbling through the Needham defensive front there, picking up the first down into Rocket territory, or further into Rocket territory, about the 35. So Wellesley, right after the Needham touchdown, guys, moving the ball here a little bit, trying to, like we said, go down and make this a 2-score game again.
Yeah. Well, this is where Needham defense has to earn it. You know, I mean, they have to stop him right now. Wellesley's got some good field position moving towards Needham's goal line.
Handoff here. Looked like it was Kazikas again on the carry, and they're just going to keep feeding that horse, keep feeding that horse till it's full. And they are. Kazikas. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if Kazikas, they just could not stop Kazikas for the most part this afternoon. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Brian Dyson with a big hit on that play.
So handoff there to Kazikas. That time Needham wrapping him up quickly for a minimal gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down here. So this is, we talked about a couple of big third downs in this game. This is a big one for sure, as Needham tried to at least force a 4th down, not get the football back here. Keep this momentum that they got with that score.
It's going to be 3rd and 7. We'll see if Wellesley, probably forced to go to the air here. We'll see.
You never know with this Wellesley offense. You never know.
We'll see if Needham maybe double covers Brendan Dolan, as he's been tough to stop here catching the football.
Well, Tishman taking a lot of time.
It looks like I think Wellesley is going to work down the play clock here. Yep, they're going to take another timeout.
It's 2:25 to play. It's probably a good call. 3rd and about 6 we're looking at. Wellesley, this is a big play for Wellesley. Pete, I think you're right on. I think they're going to go to the air. I mean, it's been working so far. Tishman rolling out.
Yeah, look for the play action on this play. They've ran it twice in a row.
Certainly, and it is worth noting, boys, that Wellesley did defer the opening kickoff, so they will receive to start the second half. So they could pull a little Bill Belichick Patriots here, score before half, and then they get the football. So we'll have to see. 3rd down at 6. Tishman back to throw. He's looking long. He's got Mayota out there. And Jason Mayota had the end zone in his sights and just could not hang on to that football because he was wide open on that one. Just a tough break for the Raiders, as that would have potentially been 6 if he had held on to it.
Wide open, perfectly thrown ball. Looked like Mayota was thinking about his touchdown dance before he caught the ball.
Exactly.
You never want to see that.
Pete, he had Joe Bruno beat, unfortunately. And I mean, I think you're right. I think he was pie-eyed. You know what I mean? Like he's dreaming of it. I love it, the touchdown dance. Boy, that poor kid, he's going to be seeing that all weekend in his dreams.
So 4th down at 6. Wellesley will go for it here as they pitch it.
Oh,
Dolan, he's got Mayota. Caught, touchdown. They go right back to Mayota. And he does get the touchdown as they run a little little wide receiver pass, I guess you could call it. Brendan Dolan hooking up with Jason Mayota, got right past the defenders, wide open, and Wellesley extends the lead back out to 2 scores.
And we've seen this before, Robbie, the little running back pass. We saw it last year in a game we did against Walpole.
And Braintree too,
the
Braintree game, yeah.
Oh my God. The lefty threw a perfect ball right in the numbers of 28. Unbelievable. What a
And he was
play.
wide open. I mean, he was wide open, man. There was nobody near Mayona on that one.
Wide open. I think he went to Dunkin' Donuts and got himself a coffee first. Holy moly.
As the kick is up, and it is good. So Dolan nails that one. So 2:10 to go in the first half, and Wellesley with a 20-7 lead. And Mike, that is a big touchdown for Wellesley. A tough break there for Needham because they, as we said, get the momentum back, get the score. Wellesley comes right back downfield and gets the touchdown.
I love the play call. I think that's fantastic. I mean, clearly it worked. It had everybody in the building fooled. You know what I mean?
Certainly had Needham secondary full.
Exactly. Ay, ay, ay.
But you do have to feel good, Peter, for Mayona, because after the drop on 3rd down, to go back to him, to have enough trust to go back to him on that one, and for him to be able to catch it and get the end zone that time. Yeah.
He
did. He got his dance. Well, that'll erase that play. Good for that kid, I'll tell you.
Needham, it's got to be demoralizing. You force 4th down. You think you're going to get the ball back with a chance to tie the game. Now you're back down 13, 2 minutes to go in the half. But Needham will get the ball back on offense, and they'll have a chance to score here before the half.
Yeah, this is a must drive for Needham because you don't want to go into the half down 2 scores with Wellesley getting the football. As we have a short kickoff here, picked up by one of the up men for Needham. That looks like John Marshall.
Big hit. Actually, Mike DeLeva.
Mike DeLeva, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excellent play on special teams. Davis Atala on that one.
It was a big hit.
With a nice hit.
But Needham is going to get good field position here as they're going to have first down 10 at about the 31, their own 31-yard line. So let's see what the Rockets could do, Mike. I mean, they showed a bit of promise on that last drive, scoring the touchdown. So let's see if they can run down the field again. Although, as I say, Sumner is out. So I thought they were doing the Wildcat there for a second, but no, Sumner is under center.
Under center, yeah.
And we're going to get another timeout
oh, boy.
called by Needham.
Let me just say, to your point, again, talking about the crowd, it's like the tide is coming in.
We're being surrounded, Mike.
We're being surrounded. Like, people are now coming up to the broadcast booth. And to put it in perspective, folks, today, because we have such a professional organization with Wellesley and Needham combining talents, we are right under the flagpole. And those of you who know where we are literally at the top of the hill, and this hill is just full of people.
And
this
you look across the way, and the Wellesley stands are completely packed. You've got a line all the way around. I mean, but this is what this rivalry is, Mike. I mean, everybody comes out for this. If they don't come out for any other game, they come out for this game.
Indeed.
And you've said, I know, in several broadcasts we've done, this is like a social event almost. It's a great football game, but it's also a chance for people to come back and see, alumni to come back and see classmates and stuff like that. It's just a great game.
Look at me. I mean, how many people have I greeted here? Some of these people I haven't seen in a year.
I know. Mike's like the man about town right now, just shaking hands.
Oh, they're all my old friends, It's wonderful.
Yeah. I feel like I'm back at Clemson watching a football game on the hill.
That's right. Oh, here we go. Trickeration.
A little reverse here, but Wellesley read that perfectly as it was Hippards who took the reverse pitch there and bottled up for a loss on the play. So Needham trying a little trickeration play on that, but Wellesley not fooled at all.
The freshman, Odari Hibberts, I don't know, maybe he should have kept going that way. I don't know. But, boy, Wellesley was not fooled. Loss of about, what are we looking at?
Loss of four, second
okay.
and 14. And by the way, the Sun is making a guest appearance here. Even the Suns come out for this game. So very, very welcome sight, I'm sure, for the fans in attendance here today.
We went from a little bit of snow to now we've got a
little bit of sun,
A little bit of everything. We get our money's worth up here.
So second down, 15, actually. They did call it a loss of 5, and it looks like
another Needham timeout.
Needham's going to take a timeout. I think they have one timeout remaining, if my math is correct here.
I think you're right, Robbie.
So they do get a limit. They do have a limit.
They have limit of 5 timeouts.
Five and a half.
5 and a half.
It feels like they don't even have a limit sometimes.
It does. Well, let's see. Thornton is he's giving some instructions to Andre, so this could be the Wildcat boys.
We got
1:19 to go in the half.
Hibbert comes out. And let's see, Charlie just talking as well.
Yeah, Sumner is coming back in a quarterback. Let's see. So what do you think, Mike? I mean, I know it's always second down, but do you try and go deep here, or do you try and get a few yards back on this play?
I say you just try and go deep here. 1:15, second and 15.
You got to take your shot at some point here.
Smith is lined up tight, which I'm not sure about, and Andre is close to us here wide.
Sumner with the handoff there to Sklar as he is wrapped up for a very minimal gain as I think Wellesley wants to take a timeout. Yeah, Coach Davis taking a timeout. That's their fourth. I mean, Wellesley here now with a chance, Mike. Very interesting play call there because now if Wellesley gets the stop here, they have a chance to get the football back for another drive here to close out this half. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, running the ball in that situation.
Well, go ahead, Pete.
I mean, I think that's what Needham's trying to do. They're trying to force Wellesley to burn their timeouts.
Yeah.
So, third and 15, chances are you're not going to pick it up. So, run the ball, force Wellesley to burn those timeouts, and ensure that you go into the half only down 20-7.
Right.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it could backfire. You give the ball back to Wellesley. The way this Wellesley offense has been moving down the field on them, do you really want to take that chance, Mike?
Yeah. And we're not even at the 30-yard line yet. So all signs favor Wellesley. So we'll see. Bruno and Sklar in the backfield in the eye. Tight formation for the Rockets.
Sumner is going to pass here. Rolls out. That pass picked off. Jason Mayota I'm not even sure who was thrown to on that one because Bayona stepped in and read it perfectly. And Wellesley, who needs a timeout? They forced the turnover their own way as well. It's going to be Wellesley football.
Yep. And Sklar was just jarring with one of the refs, and a flag flew.
Oh, could this be a
So let's see
unsportsmanlike against Needham, perhaps?
Yeah, Jared was not happy there with something. It was a little out of our peripheral
Coach
here.
Jesse Davis here is coming across the field. I think he wants to get explanation as to what exactly this penalty call is. Oh, no, it's
Both coaches.
both coaches are meeting in midfield. I think the referee's saying, we got to calm this down a little bit here. This is and that's the thing about this rivalry, guys. We love to, try and go out and beat each other up on things, but there's a lot of respect between these two towns. And these games are always clean. They're always respectful. And one of the great things about this rivalry is that, you could be enemies on Thanksgiving Day, for 2 hours on Thanksgiving Day, but afterwards, everybody shakes hands and is all friends after that.
Well, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are still Wellesley, so I mean, it's kind of like I bleed blue. I can't. No, all kidding aside, though, you're right. One thing I will say, that was a match, so the penalties offset.
Okay.
And Wellesley certainly takes over at the 30.
Handoff here to Kazikas.
Oh,
He bounced outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Got one man to be, and knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Good thing
What more can we say about Grant Kazikas that hasn't been said in this first half? I mean, just an unbelievable run right there.
It's an unbelievable run by an unbelievable talent. He's just been absolutely incredible on the ground. In this one now, Wellesley, they're going to get it at about, really on the 1 yard line.
The 1 yard line. It's a chance to go up 3 scores before halftime.
And, man, this game has changed from just, 30 seconds ago. Needham looking to run the clock out, get out of this half, and now Wellesley with a chance to score again after the Iona interception.
Well, that's why I said that decision to run on second down at 15 definitely costed the Rockets there, as Kazikas is bottled up there for a loss on the play.
Loss of about 3. Going into that play, gentlemen, he had surpassed the 100-yard mark. So already in the first half, he was at 101. So now that brings him down to about 98 yards.
But still pretty impressive to go over 100 yards in what play? There's Kazikas, bounce outside. He's down around the goal line, and he's in for a touchdown.
Well, why not?
Kazikas.
Why not? That kid, he deserved that one.
Pushing ahead and finds the end zone, and with 13 seconds to go in the half, it is now 26-7. Wellesley on top. Boy, I'll tell you, guys. I mean, I expected a much closer game than this, but I know we still have a whole half of football left to play. But Wellesley just running away with this one here early on.
Oh, Nelly. Needham might have to eat some of that turkey at halftime, get a little more strength, Goodness gracious.
Snap Dolan with the kick. That looks
good.
Good, it is good. So 27-7. Wellesley on top with just 13 seconds left to go in the first half. And Mike, Needham is going to get the football back one more time here, but I feel like at this point you just kind of have to cut your losses and just go into half and regroup here because you can't afford to make another mistake that all of a sudden it's a 4-score game.
Look for the Rockets to just take a knee here.
Yeah.
Get into halftime.
Yeah.
And Wellesley, as we said, is going to
get the
ball
football
here
and start the second half.
So it looks to come right back out and stay on the attack here. Got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. As we know, these rivalry games are never over.
Definitely
even up
a lot
20
more,
points at halftime.
Definitely a lot more high scoring than last year's game was at this point.
Right.
Last year, the 12-7 battle
final
at Fenway Park.
Wellesley's already put up 27 points. So.
Oh, my goodness. So today, gentlemen, as you know, we are joined by statistician Trevor Moore. And Trevor informs us that 102 yards for Kazikas alone.
Unbelievable.
And we'll get some stats as well on Tishman. Tishman's having a heck of a day as well.
We got our ace crew on hand here. We got our Mike Riley rolled. I got Mike Riley on the break. Mike Franny rolled up today with the statistician, the whole
right.
posse there coming in. But a great return there, by the way, as Needham gets the ball out to midfield.
Andre needed that. 4 seconds to play. Do they take a knee? I say air it out. What do you have to lose?
From midfield, you got a shot at it.
Absolutely. Listen, I don't know if you guys know this. I coach American Legion baseball. Charlie is one of our pitchers. And so Charlie certainly has the wing to reach the end zone. Let's see if he does it or if they play conservative here.
We see another big kickoff return by Needham. That has been a struggle for Wellesley covering the kickoffs here in this first half.
But have not been able to really generate, except for that one drive, not really been able to generate anything off of it as Needham go with the eye backfield. They give a little
They gave it to Joe Bruno.
hit off the middle to Joe Bruno, and he'll be taken down. That'll end a very offensive filled first half, well, at least if you're Wellesley, as a couple of Greg Kazika's touchdowns, a touchdown pass to Mayona. Needham did get a score from Brendan Smith. So at the half here from Memorial Field, it is Wellesley 27, Needham 7. We are going to step aside for the halftime break post. We'll be right back here on the Needham Channel and Wellesley Media. Back here, second half of action on both the Needham Channel and Wellesley Media as the Wellesley Raiders with a 27 to 7 halftime lead, I should say, as we begin the second half. Again, Robbie Johnson, Mike Franny, Peter Santo here. And Mike, let me start with you because you've got the stats in your hand right now. An impressive performance for Wellesley's Grant Kazikis in that first half, and just the Wellesley offense in general with putting up 27 points.
Certainly is. Kazikis with 2 touchdowns. Wellesley with 185 total yards, 59 in the air, and 126 on the ground. Kazikis alone has had 102 running yards. Mayona has 48 receiving yards and 2 interceptions, both sides of the ball. Needham with only 88 total yards, 63 in the air and 25 on the ground, of which Sklar has 29 of those yards. Smith with the 42 receiving yards and the lone Needham touchdown. Mike D'Oliva with 1 interception, and Charlie Sumner, quarterback for Needham, has been sacked twice and thrown 2 interceptions, and he's 5 for 9.
And Peter, that leads pretty perfectly. This Wellesley, as we take a look at some first half highlights here, that Wellesley defense, just except for that Needham touchdown drive, just not letting the Rockets get anything going.
No, not getting anything going. But excellent setting the edge on the ground. Josh Cohen, Grant Kasikas have been the leaders of the Wellesley defense. Brendan Dolan, Isaac Weicker in coverage. They've just been excellent all around, giving up just 7 points in the first half. They'll look to carry that over in the second.
As we are underway the second half, Wellesley receiving the second half kickoff as it's Davis Atala. He breaks through. He's got some room to run. He's across the 40, across midfield. Cuts it back. It gets taken down at about the Needham 45-yard line. So Wellesley, just everything is turning up white right now as Davis Atala with a very impressive kickoff return. And Wellesley will start the second half in Needham territory.
That was a fantastic kick. He literally put it on the 2-yard line in the corner. But hats off to Wellesley. They just created a tremendous line. Thankfully, Marin and Flamand with the tackle at a little over midfield. Unbelievable.
So first down and 10 for the Raiders. Again, in Rocket territory here. Looking to, like we said, get a score before half. Come out, get another score to start the second half as Kazikis gets the ball. And he pushes ahead, picks up about maybe 4 yards or so on the play. So, again, Wellesley just feeding Grant Kazikis here. And it's just worked wonders for them.
And Wellesley going for the Bill Belichick double score here. Trying to get up, put up a quick 34-7 here.
Oh, goodness. If that happens, boy, the crowd will start to leave.
We saw an excellent kick return off, as Mike mentioned, an excellent kick.
Excellent kick.
But, not enough. The Wellesley blocking, creating a big hole.
And Tishman's going to keep this one himself and falls ahead for a limited gain on that play, so that'll bring up a third down. And if you're Needham here, Mike, I mean, you need to stop right here. You cannot let Wellesley score if you want to have any chance of getting back in this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall in the Needham locker room. I mean, Coach Duffy is, first of all, he's a tremendous positive leader. He's not a hoot and holler type of guy. But, right now Needham's playing for pride. You're in your own home here, and you're being manhandled by your arch rival. I mean, they really need to start going deep into their soul and saying, all right, guys, what are we made of?
Fisher back to throw. He's got Kazikis wide open across the 30. Inside the 25-20, breaks off a tackle. Kazikis still going inside the 10-yard line. Kazikis wide open on that little dump-off pass there and able to carry it for a first down, a goal to go for the Raiders. Unbelievable. Kazikis was doing it on the ground. Now he's doing it in the air. There's no stopping this kid.
Statistician Trevor Moore's behind me right now. First of all, I think he's got writer's cramp writing Kazikis over and over again. But at one point, he's just going to have a column, Kazikis. You know, there's Wellesley and then there's Kazikis. Holy mackerel.
Once again, great. That time getting it done in the passing game that time. And Jack Tishman once again, the play action, rolling out. Tishman not afraid to break the pocket and doing it once again that time.
So it's going to be first down and 10. That's the handoff this time to, looks like number 27. That's Giorno. Okay, so first time we've seen him in the game here today is giving Kazikis a quick little breather. And why not? I mean, Kazikis just been the workhorse, so might as well give him a break from time to time. I'm sure the Needham defense is happy to see him come off the field.
Robbie, if anybody needs a break, it's number 6. Let me tell you, that kid's working his tail off today.
So it'll be second down and 4. They're going to call it ball at about the 7-yard line.
The Raiders once again in the red zone here, looking to capitalize. They did turn it over once in the red zone, but they scored touchdowns on every other opportunity.
And Tishman's going to keep it himself. Bounce outside, gets off a tackle, and down close to the first down and the goal line. So Jack Tishman again with that fake.
Boy, I'll tell you,
we have a flag in the end zone, though. Hold on, so let's just check the flag here for a second.
Okay.
It was shown by the back judge, so maybe a hold
defensive
or
holding, possibly. It's in the end zone.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Official taking his time. We have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Needham. Wow. So a big break there for Wellesley. That's going to be an automatic first down. And
no, they're going to say offsetting penalties.
Oh, offsetting penalties. Okay, I was about.
So a break by Needham. A break for Needham, I should say.
And you don't want to see this game get chippy, though.
No.
I mean, I know it's 27-7, but you don't want to see either team sort of lose their cool. Just keep playing football.
Agreed. You know, it's hard not to, though. I mean, again, you know, home game, you're getting your doors blown off, quite frankly. And, you know, Needham has to keep the temper at check here. So third one here.
We saw on that play. Looks like they had Tishman in the backfield, but able to make a cut and get close to first down.
And a little inside handoff there. Kazikis jumps over a man. He's in for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Greg Kazikis again. Just not able to be taken down by that Needham defense, and he gets into the house. And it is 33-7, Raiders on top.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, again, he was just jumping over, jumping through. What a runner.
Grant just doing it all on offense. Just nobody can bring him down. Doesn't matter how many guys. They're trying to get all 11 guys to bring him down, and they just can't do it.
No.
So Dolan in again to attempt the extra point. Brendan Dolan's making good use of that kicking leg here so far this afternoon. That one is up, and it is good again. Yep. So 34-7 Raiders with 8:43 left to go in the third quarter. I mean, wow. I guess that's all I can say right now is wow. I mean, this is just a very dominating performance by the Raiders on both sides of the field, and just no answer for the Rockets except for that one touchdown drive, Mike. They haven't been able to do anything.
Exactly. I mean, they just have been ineffective, unfortunately. But, again, hats off to Wellesley. Wellesley is playing tremendous football.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're the Needham Rockets, how do you respond? You come in here, you're on your home turf on Thanksgiving against your arch rival.
Chance to tie up the overall series and get a winning record. I mean,
exactly.
Biggest game of the year, and they just come out flat the entire game. And give credit to Wellesley; they've been excellent the entire game. But at some point, Needham's got to step up here, and they're just not doing it.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Needham has to step up. There's no doubt about it. Right now you're playing for pride. So, let's see. Andre and Hickey are deep. They've had a
couple of good kickoff returns, though, I will say.
Exactly.
As the kick comes to Hickey. And again, they do that little reverse. This time, Andre bounces back outside. He's got some room to run. And they are able to wrap him up out about the 30-yard line. Looked like he was going to be met a lot further back. But good job there by Andre. Kind of bounced it back outside. At least made something out of nothing on that one.
Yeah, he did. He hit the brakes, reversed around, and again, Wellesley was fooled for maybe about a second, and then they rallied and they caught him down on the left side.
I got to tell you guys, I would hazard to guess Needham has almost as many kickoff return yards as they do.
Yeah.
Total yards in this game offensively. I mean, as they'll go to work here at about their own 30-yard line, Sumner under center. They give it off to Sklar again, just going nowhere. I mean, just a pack of white eating up the middle of that line of scrimmage, guys, and just, again, Sklar could do nothing on that one.
No. Just look at the size of that Wellesley line. You know, if you're not tall, you're wide. I mean, there's just beef right in that line. I mean, 77. Look at these guys. I mean,
they got some big boys up front. That's absolutely true, Mike.
Absolutely. Josh Cohen is the guy I got my eye on, the junior.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been all over the field. He's been all over the field today on that defensive line all season long. I mean, he just looks so impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the Rockets, they ran it on that first down play. At what point, I mean, you're down by...
Sumner back to throw. Looking, he's got Brendan Smith wide open, makes the catch, and pushing ahead there out across midfield into Raider territory. So Needham goes to the air, and finally, maybe a little bit light for the Rockets. And Smith there got by his defender and was able to haul that one in for a very nice gain on second down, pick up the first.
Yeah. I took a little stroll at halftime. I just reconnecting with some of my friends and former alum mates, and they kept saying the same thing. You got to get it to Smith. Smith is not only head and shoulders over this kid, but he's beating his guy too. So let's take a shot. Throw the ball more. If Charlie can just stay in his pocket and get rid of it, good things happen when Smith touches the ball.
So first and 10, Sumner back to throw. They throw it out wide there. It looked like it was Andre, but a little bit too high there on the throw. Off his fingertips. Lucky it wasn't intercepted there on the ricochet, so it'll be incomplete second down. 10 coming up for the Rockets.
That was a good route, too. Maybe he should have just had a couple more yards, but Charlie put it a little too high.
I mean, you see them finally starting to go to the air here. I mean, you're down by 27 points. You got to start chucking it up a little bit. You can't just run the ball.
You got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose.
The clock out.
Indeed. I hate to say it, but you're right.
So second down at 10. Again, Sumner out of the gun.
Wellesley still tight to the line on defense.
Sumner back to throw. Looking long. He's got Smith out there, but looks like Smith got kind of held up a little bit there, though, and the pass a little bit overthrown. So that'll make him third down at 10. It's too bad that pass was a little bit closer because Smith had his man beat, but I think that 1 or 2 second sort of hold up there prevented him from catching that football.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Weicker, too. He held him up a little bit at the line of scrimmage. I think that was just enough.
Yeah, good coverage by Weicker, and then Dolan bringing the help over the top, the safety position. It definitely takes 2 guys to cover Brendan Smith, as we've seen so far, and Wellesley.
2 guys just to match up to him size-wise.
Yeah. Exactly.
So third down at 10 here for the Rockets. Sumner with the play action. He's being chased. Throws it in.
Oh, that could be a flag.
Incomplete. There is going to be a flag.
Yep.
Yes.
O'Dari was just wrapped up.
Yeah, he never.
Yeah, that was Michael Herschel, but didn't even look back for the football. It was just all over O'Dari on that one, and so that's a big play for the Rockets. As instead of it being fourth down, they'll pick up the first down on the pass interference. So pretty clear cut on that one, I must say, Mike. Even from this vantage point. So yes, it is pass interference. It'll be I believe it's 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. So
the chains will move in favor of the Rockets. And I will tell you this: O'Dari is a very fast kid. This is one of the few freshmen who make the varsity club. Yeah, and as you know, Coach Duffy doesn't bring up a lot of freshmen. This kid is a special player. A, he's very fast, and B, he's got a good football sense about him. That ball, he clearly had his guy beat. He had to come back for it, which I think drew the penalty.
So Wellesley still got 3 more years of seeing this kid after this year.
That's
so,
right.
So first down at 10, ball inside the Wellesley 35-yard line. Sumner back to throw, taking the pressure, rolls to his left. He throws, and it's intercepted. Intercepted again.
Isaac Weicker.
Isaac Weicker stepping in and just able to get to that ball for the pick. I mean, Sumner tried to thread it in there, but unfortunately ended up in the wrong hands on that one. So Wellesley, even as Needham began to show signs of life, come up with a big turnover, and now they will get the football back yet again, Mike.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think that ball, A, was underthrown, but it was not even quite in coverage.
Yeah, it was underthrown. It looked like he was looking for Hibberts again.
Yeah.
And just...
Isaac Weicker, former
great depth.
teammate of mine on the Wellesley High School golf team.
Oh, he can play golf too.
Yeah, not quite sure what he switched to football, but
You know
he
what?
plays cornerback now, and excellent interception right there. He's really had an impact on this one.
As a handoff
Ooh,
here to
big hit.
Renault, and he is stacked up
Cam Cox
in
laying
the
the leather.
backfield. DC Cox on the hit there. So, and if you're Wellesley here, Peter, I'm wondering if you just try to maybe go a little bit more conservative, keep the ball on the ground, don't try to, I mean, you're up 34-7.
I mean, you've got your own version of LeGarrette Blunt out there and Grant Krasikis. Like, why would you
I guess
stop?
that's true. Your run game has actually
just
been
keep
your
going.
better offense
Yeah.
so far.
I would even say more like Le'Veon Bell. He catches the ball and everything, Unbelievable.
So no gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10. Clock continues to run as we are halfway through the third quarter here. Again, 34-7 Wellesley as it's Renault again picks up only a couple of yards on the play. Wellesley giving Kazikis a much
Comes the boss.
needed breather. Oh no, there's Kazikis.
I think
No, that's Dolan, excuse me. But Kazikis getting a much needed break, although now we see Joe Flaherty coming into the game for Renault. So
So are they going to the bench now, boys? A little bit?
it looks like
A little bit.
Although we do
Joseph is a senior.
yeah, but
so-
we have seen out there quite a bit this season. So it does look like Kazikis is back in the game. So
we'll see if Wellesley just keeps it on the ground, sort of content. No,
nope,
they're gonna go to the air.
Fishman gonna throw. He's taking the pressure though. He's got to roll out, lets it go, and wisely just throws it out of bounds on that as he was taking some serious pressure. So for the first time this morning and afternoon, Wellesley will be forced to punt.
Finally. Finally. We're going to see the kicker. The punter, rather. That was a great play by Rudy Hassenfuss, 33 for Needham. He just got outside and he just chased him right out of bounds. And it was a great play. He had to throw it out of bounds.
Certainly, and Wellesley will drop back into punt formation. Will be Brendan Dolan. We've seen him doing all the PAT kicking. Now he will step back into punt as we have. Looks like Sklar, not
We got a
Sklar.
flag.
I
We
think
have a flag. Oh, illegal substitution on Wellesley. But wait a minute, Wellesley, I don't think they had enough men in the
I think
huddle.
you're right.
I think that's what Coach Davis is saying. Is they actually had 10 men on the field, which is why they ran somebody off. So hold on, they might pick this up.
This could be a delayed game.
No, they're going to pick up the flag because they signaled illegal substitution against Wellesley, 12 men in the huddle, but they only had 10 men in the huddle. So
Dolan was motioning to the sideline for another guy to come on the field.
Yeah.
So now Dolan will kick it, a short punt,
What low boot.
as it's going to take a favorable Needham hop here inside the Wellesley 40-yard line. So Needham again will get good field position here with 4:29 to go.
Probably the best.
In the third quarter. Yeah, I say even it's better than some of those kickoff returns. I think you're right, Mike. So let's see what Needham can do. They tried to put together a promising drive last drive, ended in an interception. Let's see if they can muster up something here.
So let's see. We got a little bit of action here. Ogletree comes in, number 6 on your Needham program. He's going to be in the backfield and quarterback. Charlie taking a breather, or it's a strategic replacement.
Oh, wow. So Ogletree in the shotgun takes the
snap.
direct step, gives it to Sklar, and he's just going nowhere. I mean, he's going to be stacked back to about the 30 or the 45-yard line. Probably spot closer to the 40, but still, I mean, that's just the tail of the game for Needham offensively. It's just running right into a sea of white everywhere they turn.
That's right. Unfortunately, you're correct. That is the tail. I mean, a bum snap, fumbles it. Not fumbles it, but bobbles it, gives it off to Sklar. He's just met with a wall of white.
I mean, now under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, if you're Needham, you got to start going to the air here. I mean,
You have to.
Time is just running out here.
Ogletree back to throw, taking some
under
pressure.
pressure.
He's going to be sacked.
Yeah, he's got to get rid of that ball, boys. He's got to get rid of that ball.
That's Isaac Weicker coming in from his safety position.
Mayona.
Oh, Mayona, excuse me. I thought it was the one that actually at 8. Jason Mayona coming in from his safety position to make the sack on that play. And Ogletree, we didn't have any time to throw on that. Mayona was bearing down on him right away.
We haven't talked too much about the Wellesley pass rush, but we talk more about their run defense and really setting the edge on those outside runs. And stopping the runs up the middle, but there's that pass rush. You see Iona coming from the safety position, cornerback position, whatever you want to call it.
And they've been, the Needham quarterback, Sumner and Ogletree, have been sacked a couple of times this afternoon and have been under pressure quite a bit more. As Ogletree now rolls to his left, and he looked like he got tripped up there a little bit, lost his footing, and gets taken down.
He rolled right into the defender.
Needham just continuing to go backwards right now, Mike. It looked like it was going to be something promising, and all of a sudden Needham forced a punt yet again.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why. Charlie, you bring in one Charlie for the other Charlie. It's not his fault. I mean, he rolled right into his defender. The one place you didn't want to roll, he rolled right into his defender.
I mean, give another sack to Kasigas. That's his second. He's getting it done on offense, defense. It doesn't matter. He's just all over the field.
Oh, and a very short punt there is going to take a Wellesley roll. It's going to be in Wellesley territory, but still, it's going to be out past the Wellesley 40-yard line, so Wellesley's going to get more good field position here. Just Needham's not getting any bounces today, Mike. No, I mean, I'm sorry, but even on that punt, just straight up in the air, really.
I mean, Wellesley was very, very close to blocking that kick.
They were. They had 3 guys in the backfield on that.
Pete, we've seen that all day. I mean, Wellesley's done a great job in rushing the punter.
We'll see. Look for Wellesley. Just keep it on the ground here. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Try and get this into the fourth and try and ice this one.
The Wellesley faithful are hanging in there, but the Needham folks are screaming.
What a hit. Kazikas tried to bounce off that initial hit, but gets thrown back for a loss on the play.
And they finally got him.
The last couple of drives, I do feel like Needham's defense has started to pick it up a little bit. You see a little bit more pop on some of these hits, Mike. And
these are dedicated guys. I mean, D.C. Cox, you see him. Not only did he just lay the hit right there, he gets up, he's firing up, pounding his chest. This is what he's got to do.
Last game. Might as well go out as hard as you can.
Absolutely. Play like it's the last game you're ever going to play in. A lot of these kids aren't going to play on a Saturday anywhere else.
No.
You know what I mean? This could be it.
So second down, 14. They call Tishman with the pitch outside to Dolan. And Dolan that time getting wrapped. Kevin Bruce in there on the tackle.
So let me just say, Rudy Hasenfist breaks through, causes the eruption in the back, and then Bruce and DC just come out of nowhere and swarm. Now the defense is playing Needham D.
Where was his defense the first 2.5 quarters, Mike?
Absolutely. Listen, I love defense. I love seeing blood on the field as a defensive player. Absolutely. This is what you do. You hit them to hurt them. Oh, you're going to probably have to edit that, Mark.
Third down at 19 is Tishman rolling out. He's going to let go of it, and incomplete there. It was intended there for Dolan on the near side. Good job stepping up there. It looked like Jack Flamon went up there and knocked that pass away. So again, second drive in a while. Wellesley will be forced to punt here, fellas.
That's great. Hey, let me tell you something. Nobody told the Needham defense that this is a blowout.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys are playing like every snap matters. Kevin Bruce absolutely laid a hit into the quarterback.
Somebody told the Needham offense, though. They
got
it up.
That's a good point.
Needham offense has looked at the scoreboard.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Dolan gets the punt away. Another short punt. And coming up to field, that will be Andre. Yes, as again, Needham will get good field position here at about their own 40-yard line. 31 seconds left to play here in the third quarter of, again, what's been all Wellesley on this 129th installment of the oldest public school rivalry in the country.
Yep.
And again, 34-7 Wellesley. And just Needham. Just right from the get-go, Wellesley came out, scored that first drive, and really hasn't looked back since. As it looks like, is that Ogletree? It looks like Ogletree's remaining in the game here. Yeah. So, wonderful to see Sumner at all for the remainder of this one. As that pass is complete, that's number 80. It looks like Matt Smith on the reception out to near midfield.
Ogletree just a sophomore, so probably his first taste of this rivalry.
Yeah, a hookup of sophomores right there. Matt Smith, a sophomore as well. So Coach Dave Duffy perhaps going to the
young guns.
Going to the young guns a little bit here, getting them a little bit of taste of what this rivalry is all about. As that'll end the third quarter of play. So again, after 3 quarters, it is Wellesley on top of Needham, 34-7, guys. And I mean, let's just give a shout out though to the seniors on both these teams. I mean, like we said, their last game playing in a both Rocket and Raider uniform. David Marin, Brandon Bowers, Jack Lamond, Elijah Legier. If I'm mispronouncing these names, I apologize. Henry Longley, Brendan Casey, Cam Cox, Sam Hurwitz, Jared Sklar, obviously, AJ Bryant, Joe Bruno, Kevin Bruce, Brian Dice, DC Cox, Mike Duffy, Connor Moore, Liam Nahill, Dylan Tampkin, Connor Noonan, Ryan Cohen, Matt Evans, Brendan Smith, Lane Driscoll, Jake Sisternelli for Needham, and then for Wellesley you get a lot of seniors: Joseph Flaherty, Jameel Parks, Greg Kazikas, Brendan Dalton, obviously Dean Simpson, Dylan Lindquist, Liam Cranley, James Mastriani, Nicholas Vanderwright, Isaac Wikers. We're gonna get to this play here, and then I'll continue down the list here. But as, back to throw is Ogletree. We have a flag on the play, incomplete. We'll check the flag here.
Right to our right here.
But again, that's Scott Westerman, Gio Reynaud, Jason Mayona, Keelan Gross, Michael D'Angelo, Bobby Leonard, Toby DePeister, and John Rafojo, all playing, and Tommy Sheen as well, all playing their last games as the penalties against Wellesley. That's going to be an automatic first down, so a big break there for the Rockets. But for all these seniors, guys, I mean, their last game in a high school uniform, it bears repeating. I mean, this is just a special day for both players on both teams. One they'll probably remember, even though they lost, even if they weren't lost, it's probably a day they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
So first down at 10. By the way, we do have a running clock here in the fourth quarter with the score difference there. As that pass is complete there to Andre.
Good play.
And coming up to make the play, that's number 24 for Wellesley. That is Scott Westerman. We haven't really called Scott Westerman's name. He's been a defensive force for this Raider team all season long, senior captain, and come out making a nice hit on Andre there on first down.
Yeah, definitely senior captain. You know, Westerman kind of an unsung hero for Wellesley. You know, Grant Krasikis and Brendan Dolan kind of get all the recognition. But Westerman, also a fellow senior captain, he's really stepped up this entire season, his entire career. Done an excellent job representing Wellesley High School.
Certainly. So second down 9, they give him a pickup of 1 on the play.
It's David Marin out there in motion.
Ogletree back to throw. The pass is complete.
Matt Smith. Matt Smith, excuse me.
Matt Smith on the reception there. Could be a little bit short of the first down, so I'll bring up a third down and short for the Rockets.
You mentioned it earlier, Robbie. So Matt is the younger brother of Brendan Smith.
Okay.
So again, keeping the tradition.
The sibling, the whole sibling.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I do have to give a shout out to the Needham Powder Puff team. They won the annual Powder Puff game 35-6.
As they do every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Powder Puff game may be a little bit more lopsided in terms of all time, with Needham holding the edge. But
nice catch.
oh, it looked like that was Brendan Smith on the reception there, doing a nice job going to the ground and hauling that ball in. So he will have enough for the first down. So Needham again trying to move into Wellesley territory here, even if it might be a little bit of a garbage time situation, whatever you want to call it. They're not going down without a fight, Mike.
No, you're right.
And they're not going down. These young guys, you know, sophomores, freshmen that are out there,
Yeah.
they, you know, this is their first taste of this rivalry. They want to really experience what it's like.
Yep. Especially the younger Smith, David Marin.
And that pass was way over. It looked like a little miscommunication there, because it looked like Smith was going inside. Ogletree threw it outside. Luckily, he wasn't picked off there. A little bit too far there for Westerman, but it is incomplete. It will be second down 10.
I think Smith was thinking a cut pattern and Ogletree was thinking a post pattern. Something got a little out of whack there.
A little bit of miscommunication there, but regardless, it'll be second down at 10 for the Rockets at about the Wellesley 30-yard line.
And I don't think they are doing running time. The clock has stopped.
No, it's running now.
Oh, it's running now.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sort of half running time.
As Andre with the reception, we get bottled up for very minimal gain. It seems like Needham's trying to go to the outside a little bit more here, Mike, in the second half, but Andre there just met for nothing on that one. So
let's see.
third down long here, third down at about 8. So
And that's kind of been the difference in this game. The Needham offense has gotten into so many third and longs. They haven't had any manageable third down opportunities and chances to convert. They just got themselves in third and long every single possession.
Yeah.
And that's just been
Certainly
so
have.
hard to win and score points when you're playing that way.
So third down 9, Ogletree back to throw, taking some pressure. He's going to go deep. He's got a man out there.
Oh, is that
And it's cut out of bounds, incomplete.
Matt Smith? Holy crow. Great
Excellent
catch.
job by the Raiders using
Matt
that
Smith.
sideline
Matt
as
Smith.
a sort of 12th defender on that play. And, the sideline made the play that time. It's
Exactly.
out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 9 here. 8:33 to go in the game.
8:33 to go.
Well, I don't know if you guys caught that, but the Needham band has been playing the theme from Rocky. So maybe the underdog might have a prayer here. Let's see, 4th and 9.
They will go for it.
Gotta go for it here.
This would be one of the greatest comebacks in the history of football at any level if they could come back in this game. Like no disrespect to the Needham team.
No, but we would be talking about this one for years.
Yeah, Ogletree back
Charlie's
to throw.
got Smith. Smith with a
and
big
Smith
catch.
makes the catch down at about the 10-yard line, so they do pick up the first down. Going back to Brendan Smith on that one.
I tell you, they got a couple excellent big receivers in the Smith family.
Yeah.
They are.
Exactly.
And by the way, I'm just looking behind. They are bringing the trophy down as they get later into this game, and
Okay.
it's looking like it's going to be going back to Wellesley this year,
You
barring a
folks,
miracle.
we got 8 minutes. Don't throw the jinx yet.
Well, now Wellesley's got somebody to blame if they
That's right.
Needham comes back and loses this game. Blame the announcer.
It'll be Robbie Johnson, for the record, said that.
May not be allowed back over the town line if Needham comes back in this game.
When you become a big national star, Robbie, just remember Pete and I, okay? And we're going to remember if they lose today, you're going to eat these words.
So it'll be second down and goal. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. A good job by Wellesley defense in front there of stopping.
Yeah. All kidding aside, though, the clock is going to be a factor. I mean, 7.5 minutes to go, running. Needham needs a couple of big plays.
So second down goal at the 7. Ogletree get out of the gun, back to throw. And nice.
Excellent defense.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got a flag
Oh,
on
yeah.
the play. Oh,
Gentlemen,
man.
absolutely. You didn't see.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Oh, I think he went right over the top, Pete. Let's take a look
Oh,
down here.
man. Yeah, we got to look
I
at
think
the
he
replay.
went right
though.
over
I
his
thought he
shoulder.
got there right at the same time. But
I don't know about that one.
tough break.
That was
They're
good
probably
defense.
going to give us the replay.
Keep an eye on the defender.
Oh, that's good D.
Oh, good D, my God. He wrapped him up like a blanket.
It's a good thing I'm sitting in the middle between the two of you right now. But
Anyway,
so-
first and 10.
first and goal from the 1-yard line now.
Or that. It said first and 10. It deceived me.
We're forming an audience here. I don't know if you heard us, the two of us barking. All of a sudden, people are turning around like, who are these loud mouths?
So first and goal from the 2 after the pass interference.
Sklar.
And Sklar up the middle. He's in for a
Right in.
touchdown. So Needham finally able to put one on the board with 6:58 left to go in regulation. Makes it 34-13.
Yeah.
Comeback is on.
So that's
Yeah,
it,
so
man. Double digits. Hey, this goal one.
And they've now surpassed Wellesley's averages, points per game given up.
yeah, Wellesley was averaging 9.9 points per game given up. Needham has passed that, as now we will see the extra points. And now, Mike, you wonder if Needham do they do an onside kick here?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, we're going to
If
see.
you have any prayer, you gotta give it a shot at least.
They do it quite a bit anyway. Nice job, guys. Keep it up.
Kick is up and it is good.
Yeah.
So
that's
again,
good.
6:58 to go, 34-14.
Boy, I think that kick went all the way to the library.
Yeah,
Extra point. I think
it
it
hit
hit
the
a
Wellesley
car.
bus that was pulling into the parking lot. Yeah,
That's right.
It almost hit a car in the parking lot.
hopefully it's not my car.
Hey, listen, we narrowed it down to 20, boys. Here it comes. Yeah. Hey.
Should I make my mad dash now?
Oh, you better pray that they don't lose, Robbie.
3
Oh,
possession
boy.
game still. 3 possessions. I don't think Needham's going to get 3 possessions. There's only 6 minutes left in the game.
Pete,
You never know.
You never know. So to Robbie's point, we're definitely going to see something, an onside kick here. I mean, crazier things have happened in high school football. You boys know that.
True.
And, I am ever the optimist, but, we still got some time, boys. We still got some time.
And by the way, Wellesley needed one of the many great Bay State Conference alone Thanksgiving rivalries going on. You got Natick, Framingham, you got Weymouth, Walpole, New North, Brookline, all been going on for many, many, many years.
CMBC High right down the street,
Severian and St. John's Prep played yesterday.
Yeah.
Severian with the victory over at the Hawk Bowl.
Missed field goal at the end,
Missed
right?
field goal at the end, yeah. So, just a terrific tradition.
Well, here we go. We got a lot of wide receivers out there. No.
Oh, wow, they do the long kick. Very surprising.
Interesting.
Wellesley will fall on them, Mike. I guess the Needham coaches were not listening to us up here in the booth because I was surprised they didn't at least try the onside kick on that one. So, very surprising. And
thought they might do a little bit of a squib kick of some
maybe
kind.
something, yeah.
I don't know. All
I mean, he didn't even kick it deep either. We saw in the last
It
one
was
he
an
kicked it all the way
intermediate
down
kick.
to the 2-yard
It was
line.
an intermediate kick.
Onside kick.
So 6:49 to go, and it'll be Needham ball. And I must say, fellas, we were just talking about Thanksgiving rivalries. A lot of debate over the years. There goes Greg Kazikis, picks up a nice first down. A lot of debate with this new playoff format that's been in place now for 3 years. This is the third year of it, or fourth year of it, I should say, actually. A lot of debate as to whether or not these Thanksgiving games, really mean anything. But I got to tell you, you look at this crowd and what it was before, I don't think you can make the argument that Wellesley Needham has really taken a hit from this playoff format. I got to be honest, after the first 4 years, I do like the playoff format. It gives more, Wellesley had a chance to be in the playoffs this year. Needham, even despite the down year, you got a chance to play a playoff game. I think I think it really, at the end of the day, has been good for high school football.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. And again, to your point, I don't care what they do with the playoff format. Just on the record, I'm not a fan of it. But secondly, I think that it does kind of diminish the Thanksgiving game. But Needham Wellesley's never going to have any diminished attention.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Heck, we played the game last year at Fenway Park. It's gone up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great point. That's a great point.
I'm hoping we get to go back there.
That would be great to play another game. Maybe Gillette Stadium. Could somebody
that'd
call
be-
it Bob Kraft?
Well, Gillette Stadium.
They
for
host
a
the
different
Super Bowls
reason.
every year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see one of the Bay
Well,
State.
at least Needham's got to play at Gillette.
Yep.
Back in
2011.
2011.
Yep.
That was back in the old playoff formats. Here's Kazikis, bounces outside, and he's got some room to run. Greg Kazikis still going into Needham territory, out across the Needham 40-yard line.
Boy, is he slippery.
Unbelievable. I mean, I know there's still 5 minutes to go in this game, but I got to say, the player of the game today has been Greg Kazikis.
No doubt about
he's been just all over the field, both offensively and defensively. By the way, the sun coming out here, now having a hard time seeing the clock. I know it is under 5 minutes to go in regulation, but
Let me just tell you, I think the reason that we're not winning today is Tyler Cox and the Village Club crew that makes unbelievable hot dogs, hamburgers, and concession items. They're not operating today.
oh, wow.
Now, let me just say something.
Kazikis pushing. That was Kazikis again, pushing ahead. What nice pickup there on first down. Go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
No, that's
Sorry to
quite all
interrupt.
right. No, business first. But wouldn't a hot dog and a hamburger have been wonderful around halftime? Or two?
Yeah.
You know? You guys are young boys. I'm sure you guys can eat more than me for crying out loud.
I'm pretty excited for the turkey myself.
Yeah.
We're going to...
Shout out to the local for preparing the nice turkey today
Okay.
for my family.
Nice.
Yeah, but also, we always say that the turkey tastes so much better for the victorious side, and so, again, barring an epic comeback here, it looks like the turkey will be tasting nice across the border in Wellesley this afternoon.
We get to go home. We get to watch the best team in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys.
Big hit.
Yeah, Dallas, yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
All
the Cowboys
time.
are hot.
Cowboys, Dak Prescott, who
Former
would
Mississippi
have
State
thought?
standout, Dak
Yeah.
Prescott. and
Great.
they are nothing without him. Wow,
Still,
they are
well,
bad.
well, they got a kid named Ezekiel Elliott. I know
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah.
something pretty good over there too.
Yeah.
A couple of good rookies over there.
Yeah, a lot of good Thanksgiving football tonight, and then tomorrow, obviously, there's some good college games, and then
College.
Saturday,
Iron Bowl.
obviously, the Iron Bowl.
War Eagle.
Yeah. Peter, by the way, for the record, Peter Santo is a Auburn, and will be an Auburn student starting in the fall, so
Oh, is
he's
that
got
right?
a vested interest
Yeah, boy.
in the Auburn Alabama Iron Bowl.
That's interesting.
Oh, we have
Offside.
We're gonna have
we
a
have
flag.
we have a flag. I'm not sure if that's going to be offside. It looks like
It
there's
needs to be
movement on
offside,
sort of
I
both
think.
sides.
So, Pete, I will tell you, like, probably in the last 5 years, there's been a lot of Needham High alum going down to Alabama. So there's everywhere I turn here in Needham, we just see the big
It
red
is
A.
offside, by the way, against Needham.
No, the only reason I bring that up is I never followed Alabama football. Yeah, I respect it because they're big and strong and all this and that, but it's amazing. Like, my neighbors are going down there to watch the Alabama-Auburn game. I mean, that's like watching the Sox-Yankees in an
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I mean,
And
that's got to be a bucket list.
You look at high school football down there. I mean, just such a dramatic difference than
Yeah.
up here. I mean, there's like it's like life down there.
Yeah.
Kazikis,
Oh, nice hit.
they're taking a great hit there as he gets pushed back for a loss. Will bring up 4th down.
Now under 3 minutes to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that but great pursuit there by that Needham defensive front on that one.
You know, you guys know I went to Boston College, and for all intents and purposes, Boston College is the college football program around here.
Yeah.
But it can't even hold a candle to
Oh,
SEC
no.
football
Oh,
down
no.
there.
It's unbelievable.
It's
Oh
unbelievable.
no. Yeah, BC looking for a potential bowl berth this weekend against
right.
Wake
They have
Forest.
5 wins.
Yeah, they're
Did they really?
5 and 6.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They don't deserve to go to a bowl. The toilet bowl.
You know, they've lost 4. Their 4 out of their 6 losses have been by 35 points or more. But who's counting,
Yeah.
really? Like,
I mean, some days you just wonder if the offense is even there.
Yeah.
You know? They've broken my heart the last few years.
Is former Wellesley quarterback John Fadul still on their team?
I know he started.
He started last year.
Yeah,
He played
yeah,
well
but
last year.
They
Yeah.
brought in a quarterback from Kentucky, Patrick Towns this year.
Correct.
Patrick Tolles this
Tolles.
year. So yeah, haven't seen much of Fadul. I think he's still on the team though. As there's a pitch outside to Dolan. Dolan brings out outside. Is going to get knocked out of bounds, but we'll definitely not have enough for the first down. So Needham will get one more crack at it here, with 1:41 left to go in regulation. They can have 20-point touchdowns. Next, Needham scores, give them 20 points. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to overtime.
Yeah, that's right. No, let's go home. I want to go east. Just getting back to the rivalry, we enjoyed watching Fadul. Clearly, he was our rival. You know, he had a great career at Wellesley High. But then the kid signed, you know, he goes to BC. Now he's got the local pride. Now he's not a Wellesley kid anymore. He's a BC kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a
It changes it up a
Massachusetts
little
kid.
bit. He's a
yeah.
Massachusetts kid going to a good program. You know?
Interestingly enough, though, only played 1 year at Wellesley High School.
yeah, 1
Started,
year at Wellesley High School.
So played 1 year at Wellesley High School.
that right?
Started Milton
Yeah.
Academy, and then transferred for a senior year over to Wellesley, and had a tremendous senior season at Wellesley. The last time Wellesley beat Needham in this game
Interesting.
coming into
Yep,
today.
That's
So
right. Fadul had a great day.
Boston
that day.
College also had, he's not on the team anymore, he was last year. Former Natick quarterback Troy Flutie.
Troy Flutie, yeah,
yeah.
another. That was a great,
Well,
great play right there on the outside. I mean, Flutie and Fadul that year, 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, that was a great quarterback
Yeah. Good tandem.
battle to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they were both so impressive. I mean, Flutie, you know the lineage there, but him
Well, you
and
knew he was
Fadul
going
were.
nowhere but BC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Him and Fadul went toe for toe that
Yeah.
season, I remember. As we go, just about a minute left to play here on Thanksgiving Day. Ogletree back to throw.
Ooh,
He's
nice
looking,
block.
Big block,
throws, and it is complete.
Nice block on the backside on Grant Krasikis right there.
Yeah, it looked like
Bruno.
36.
Joey Bruno. Yeah, Joey Bruno there making the nice.
Good sportsmanship. They both kind of gave each other, 5. Krasikis clearly knows that was a tremendous hit. you know.
Yeah.
Two good warriors. I like that.
Needham taking a timeout here with 48 seconds remaining.
Why?
Not quite sure what the reasoning is there, but hey, it's you can't hold your timeouts over until next Thanksgiving. Might as well use them, So, but I just want to say, to obviously Peter and Mike, but to everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I mean, just a terrific holiday, and really, I've been doing this game, Mike. I mean, you've been doing this game for a long longer than I have. This is my 7th year in a row doing just a tremendous,
what a hit.
as we say, a tremendous sack there on the play. But just getting back to my point, just a tremendous, camaraderie between the Wellesley and the Needham channel. We have a tremendous crew on hand here today, and just always fun doing the game with you guys, especially up here on the hill where we're not crammed into the bleachers like we are at Wellesley High School. So that's the one benefit of doing the games at Needham is that we get some space. Oh, and there's who's going to be stacked to get it. Who else? Who else to close this game out? Pretty much with 10 seconds left. That Grant Kazikis. I mean, is there any more fitting way to end this game than with Grant Kazikis making a play?
If I can say it, I mean, there is a kid who's deserved everything he's earned today. I mean, this kid, I would say both turkey legs go to Kazikis.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him on the football field next year, but he will be playing lacrosse next year. I forget where. But he will be playing college lacrosse.
Oh, he will be? Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of Needham kids did that too. Kid like the Panapinto kid, who in my opinion was one of the greatest.
Both Mike and Nico Panapinto.
Mike and Nico, but Mikey especially was probably one of the greatest high school football runners I've ever seen. He plays lacrosse, and he's doing very well. Just a quick note, do you know that that's the 5th sack of the quarter?
Wow.
Of the quarter.
Wow. What more can we say? I mean, as Wellesley goes into the victory formation here.
Victory formation.
Victory formation. So Wellesley will take the knee and they will rush the field as for the first time since 2013, the Wellesley Raiders are victorious on Thanksgiving Day as they win this one convincingly 34-14. And Mike Frey, I'm sorry, just some final thoughts on this one as we wrap up here.
Final thoughts, again, a tip of the cap to Wellesley. This team clearly was the better team. They came to play. You saw defensively they just swarmed Needham early on. Offensively, I mean, Krazikis, not only did he put on a clinic, but Tishman, I mean, they were just firing on all cylinders. I don't see where Wellesley made a few mistakes. Needham made many mistakes, but this clearly was Wellesley outplaying Needham. They absolutely deserve that victory.
And Peter, obviously, Wellesley, I mean, not more than must be said. A very impressive performance.
I mean, what a game, what a season. 10-1, Bay State Hurricane champions. It's an unbelievable way to cap off the season with a blowout on the road in Needham. Everybody contributed to today's win, up and down the lineup. Obviously, we saw Grant Krazikis a lot. He made a lot of plays, but Josh Cullen, Scott Westerman, Brendan Dolan, they all made plays. Just a great up and down performance by the Wellesley Raiders.
Yeah, and so Wellesley will finish off the regular season 10-1. First time they've had 10 wins in a long time. Needham will finish at 5-6. So that's going to do it for this broadcast. Thank you for joining us on the Wellesley Media and the Needham Show. For Peter Santo, Mike Franny, all our crew, I'm Robbie Johnson saying so long here. Happy Thanksgiving.
On behalf of Needham High School